For over 60 years, it has been Bronson's mission to provide you and your loved ones the very best supplements that our industry has to offer. Our innovative product line includes an extensive range of premium supplements that are scientifically engineered to cater to the needs and wants of a variety of consumers. Since 1960, we have consistently strived to provide the highest quality supplements for our loyal customers. Our wide assortment of products provides options that are vegetarian friendly, non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free, and USDA certified organic.
Like I feel like on controller, like I spam too much. On keyboard, I'm just better at timing. But I know it's really, really. Where you at? I don't think you're in my world. Where are you? I've come to find you. Show yourself. Here's your element boy. It's fine. That must be. This guy. Freeze.
Where's the bad guy?
Fireball.
Okay.
Freeze.
Let's get
Freeze! 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 Fireball! 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 Fireball!
something.
Freeze.
Oh,
Fireball.
I'm an absolute fucking knob. You make reasonable for us. Well, what's reasonable?
That's right.
See, I'm playing it right, right? I sing it like a man. What happened?
She went to Natasha and being raised by Daryl.
Brother, I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't better. I was trying to do the freeze and it doesn't happen. People said because I'm not doing it like a man. It doesn't come out. I don't know what was wrong with me. I don't know if I heard the ancient magic that you heard. Maybe I did. I just blurted out in my brain. Did we hear Amida? I cut off a magical berry. Say we give another lobby a go. The ancient magic doesn't dead. Yeah. It's always a bad omen. It will attract the bad energy. We'll just use the Discord link in there. How about eights? 1 and 8? Yeah. Wait, guys. Wait, I laughed because I thought you weren't in the. Oh shit. What about Michael Litteris? Mike Litteris? Okay. Litteris? I'm Mike Litteris. Alright, I'm Mike Litteris. Alright. Everybody is in mute other than Michael Litteris. And Speedy hitting. Wait, level 54? How the fuck? This guy's been playing this game. No. He's a fucking wizard. He's a good start. Everyone's so angry in the top right chat. Dude, we have to fucking wait forever. God.
You know what? He's probably a nice guy though. That just made a mistake on accident.
Echo, bro. Oh, gee, I wonder. It's because of this. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, Mom. Let's go.
Thank you, Gandalf.
Gandalf duo.
Yes, I will dutifully follow you to the ends of the world, Gandalf.
Okay. Listen.
What? What? I didn't do that. Hey, what the fuck was that?
I'm not doing this. Okay, listen. We're gonna find a person and then we're gonna say the F word. Okay.
Okay, please. What? Wait, how come the F word went away?
I guess we can like thought it.
Okay, can we not talk? Shit, I mean, it went off.
Okay, I'm gonna say the F word and then I'm gonna follow it with the other F word.
Okay.
Let's go. Alright. It's a double F word.
in school when you learn complicated math stuff like sine and cosine and you think, will I ever use this in real life? Well, the answer is no. But a kettlebell squat, that's the opposite of whatever cosine is. Knowing the proper way to do a dumbbell row is more useful than knowing the atomic weight of magnesium.
36?
Maybe. And you'll get a lot more out of cardio than you will knowing who ruled after King Tut.
Quinta?
franchise as the main driver for what this game would look and feel like, but they were lying. Fans made very simple requests: we want a story mode, the ability to skate offline by yourself. All of me, hell at least can we play an actual game of skate? No. So all of the basic requests were outright ignored because they were never actually building this game for the skate community, they were taking advantage of the skate community, using nostalgia and goodwill as bait to slowly roll out a glorified mobile game that is going to beg you to spend money on overpriced aesthetics. The developers stripped everything from this franchise that was great and turned it into just another soulless cash grab. And since they don't care about the legacy of skate, this video is going to make you realize just how badly this iconic franchise has been dragged through the mud, and how it's also a grim reminder of where the entire gaming industry is headed. Because if your favorite game franchise hasn't been ruined yet, just wait. It'll happen soon. When the very first EA Skate was announced, their promise was to be a reflection of real skateboarding culture, that raw, gritty, rebellious nature that was highly overlooked in the mainstream. The mainstream image of skateboarding was largely shaped by the explosive success of the X Games, which debuted in 1995 and saw massive viewership by the early 2000s, with millions tuning in to watch skaters like Tony Hawk cementing his legacy. Skateboarding was transformed from an underground artistic lifestyle into a polished global sport. Even hiding the X Games, I think it was an incredibly important facet to grow interest around the world. Undeniably sick, there was being a way of launching himself over the Great Wall of China, where he was the down ranks. But it's no secret that the important sponsors and TV presentation didn't represent the vast majority of skateboarders. They were skating in the streets, shredding handrails behind supermarkets, getting kicked out of parking garages, filming video parts on camcorders, and running from security guards. What added to the mainstream interest was the success of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater video game franchise. The fast-paced gameplay, iconic soundtracks, and exaggerated trick mechanics are literally some of my earliest childhood memories. But the franchise was never designed to simulate skateboarding with realism. It leaned into an arcade-style gameplay where players could chain impossible combos, perform gravity-defying tricks, and grind on power lines. Each game was over the top and the first game sold over 350,000 units in just the first 2 months in North America, shipping a staggering Pro Skater 2 proved how dominant was broke for the best selling extreme sports video game in history, sold over 2 million. USA alone. As if that wasn't insane, it was beat out the very next year with Pro Skater 3, which is still the best-selling game in the series, selling over 7 million copies across all consoles to date. But things started to change when MTV pushed it. They understood it was just about acrobatic tricks, the lifestyle, and the culture. Crucial in introducing the rebellious nature of skateboarding to the mainstream. Ironically, it started with Jackass, which was a show about stunts, pranks, wrecking your body, and laughing through the pain. But it was performed by mostly skateboarders and originally intended to just be funny cutaway scenes in between gnarly skate tricks. From there, MTV greenlit shows like Viva La Bam and Roman Big, who initially represented that skating culture, and transformed his house into what looked like a skate the street with Big Black. His job was to prevent other security guards from stopping Rome's sessions. Skateboarding had such a tight grip on the culture that MTV launched a show called Scarred, which didn't show insane tricks, but rather the exact opposite: brutal fails, broken bones, and stunts that almost always ended in a trip to the hospital. Although the average person watched these MTV shows for the entertainment and chaos, it spoke to real skaters and aspiring skaters on a deeper level. Sure, the mega ramp is sick, but so is the backflip down the end stair. So is a blunt slide into the bank, or sometimes a big flowy driveway session rips harder than massive stunts. As these shows got more popular, street skating and the culture surrounding it became more interesting and entertaining than professional skating. And while the Tony Hawk franchise tried to capitalize on this movement aesthetically with games like Underground and American Wasteland, they had the same unrealistic, gravity-defying combos, but with new texture. Then in 2007, Skate was announced, a game that promised it would not only look like games like skating,
We started actually experiencing the physical feel, the feeling of doing something and getting that sense of mastery. As fans of the Tony Hawk series, it was time to really bring the feeling of skateboarding out.
the first trailer they released embodies just how different this game was going to be. You didn't need to grind on power lines above the city. Just bombing a hill or hitting an 8 stair was exciting enough. It was about hearing the realistic sound effects of the wheels sliding on the concrete. It was about feeling the freedom of cruising in an open world. From the beginning, EA marketed Skate as a real skater game, saying just like your real first time, you fit on your first, so with practice, it opens up the more you play it. What made these trailers even more impactful was that they were being posted across YouTube at a time when most game studios were still relying on magazines or TV articles. Black Box developers and growing Skate community to spread the word. I have vivid memories of searching EA Skate updates on YouTube in 2007, and every day after school watching the same few videos over and over again, just dying to play this game. I was devastated to find out the game has to be exclusively released on next generation consoles, which Xbox 360 and PS3. At that time, I only had PlayStation 2, so this was the first time that a game would be really unavailable to me. As much as it sucked, it kind of gave it this aura, like it was a new chapter for gaming. And it took months and months of begging, but ultimately I was able to convince my parents to buy me an Xbox 360 as well as Skate for Christmas in 2007. I still remember buying the console at Walmart, setting it up in my dad's living room, and sitting on the floor and staying up all night to play the game. To exaggerate, it kind of changed my life. EA Skate actually introduced you and included great skaters into the fabric of the story. You had P-Rod, Chris Cole, John Ratrag, TJ Ladd, of course, Rob Bearden. They even threw in footage of real skaters and some cutscenes to remind you just how rad these dudes actually were. But easily the most exciting new feature that Skate was introducing was their Flick It technology, which totally dismantled the button mashing style of the Tony Hawk series.
You're playing the game, your left stick, that's your body. So you're steering left and right, pulling it back to get into power slide. And then your right stick, that controls your board. So I'm going to pull back, crouch for a little bit to get ready for a big ollie, and then flick it forward. That's why it's called Flick It, because you do flick the stick forward. It's that simple. And off to the side, in our game, that'll give you a kickflip to actually get something out of whatever you do with the stick, including swinging it around to the side. And so crouching and then throwing it forward, however much force you put into it. And then you can also push forward and pop off the front to get nollies, and a whole combination of gestures to get all the different flip tricks that are out there.
Skate also introduced details that felt realistic. You couldn't just land tricks from any height. If the gap was too high, it was impossible to land. You'd fall no matter how many times you tried if you didn't know the glitch. If you were going too fast, your board would wobble. It would be a lot harder to power slide if you were going too fast. You couldn't grind infinitely. You'd lose speed on rails and curbs if you didn't have enough momentum going into the trick. You could pump your body on vert ramps to gain speed just like a rail transition skater, not needing to push your board in between ramps. It was clear that the Black Box developers had consulted real skateboarders to depict the physics as accurately as possible while still giving it a video game feel. And even though they included the X Games and Mega Park where you could hit a mega ramp and get some big air, it kinda still felt limited to something Danny Way could do in real life. The map felt like a regular city that happened to have some sick skate spots. You had clean corporate plazas, dark and dirty alleyways, brand new skate parks, and decrepit old skate parks. A perfect mix to fit whatever body.